Thank you, District Chairman Rita Malagar. We celebrate your leadership and achievements during Interwheel Year 2019-2020. In gratitude and recognition of those who actively extended their support, District Chairman Rita Malagar would like to award plaques of appreciation. To read the citation, may I request District Secretary Carmela Malagar.
In grateful recognition of your outstanding service to the Interwheel Clubs of the Philippines, Interwheel Year 2019-2020, Together We Can, I present this plaque to the following district advisors: PNP Silva A. Padaranga, PNP Stella S. Bernabe, IPDC Sally B. Chongbian, Vice District Chairman Nida B. Toledo, District Secretary Carmela G. Malagar, District Treasurer Adelina O. Soco, District Extension Officer PDC Norma S. Borromeo, District Foundation Officer PDC Pilar R. Puno, DLTS Chairperson Incoming District Chair Evelyn T. Dumdum, President Shirley Sia of Cebu Mother Club, President Maria Luisa L. Veloso of Cebu South, President Nida B. Toledo of Cebu Central, President Chizette Wanaka of Cebu New Generation, and Charter President Susan Lea O. Solon for Cebu Acropolis. Given by District Chairman Rita G. Malagar of District 386 for the Interwheel Year 2019-2020, given this 20th of September 2020 in Cebu City during the virtual induction and turnover ceremonies. To PDC Norma S. Borromeo of Cebu Mother Club, a special recognition of your outstanding support to the district for the following: initiating our ABBM, ang Batang Buutan Malipayon Project in Pinamungahan and Liloan, hosting our district activities in Serenity Hotel, including our annual spiritual retreat, being the highest donor in our drive for the COVID-19 project.
In recognition of her accomplishments for Interwheel Year 2019-2020, incoming District Chairman Evelyn Toledo Dumdum presents our outgoing District Chairman Rita Malagar with the Leadership Award.
With our deepest appreciation, we hereby honor IPDC Rita G. Malagar with this Distinguished Service Award in recognizing her remarkable leadership and devoted service to District 386, Interwheel Clubs of the Philippines. For some people, volunteering is about giving, but for the likes of you, it is a way of living. Thank you. Given this 20th day of September 20, 2020 at Cebu City, Philippines, by Evelyn Toledo Dumdum, District Chairman for Interwheel Year 2020-2021.
Thank you, District Secretary Carmela Malagar. Now, to present the officers of District 386 for Interwheel Year 2020-2021, Chairman of the Committee on Nomination and Election, past District Chairman Adelina O. Soco.
It is my honor and privilege to present the officers of District 386 for Interwheel Year 2020-2021 led by District Chairman Evelyn Toledo Dumdum. With her are Vice District Chairman Maria Luisa L. Veloso, District Secretary Joanne V. Rivera, District Treasurer yours truly, Adelina O. Soco, District Extension Organizer PDC Norma S. Borromeo, District International Service Officer PDC Cecilia B. Chongbian, District Editor Nisha K. Gopaldas, District Protocol Officer PDC Pilar R. Pono, Inner Wheel Club of the Philippines Foundation Representative, Immediate Past District Chairman Rita G. Malagar, and District Advisors, Past National President Stella S. Bernabe, and Past National President Silva A. Padiranga. They are now ready for their induction.
Led by our District Chairman Evelyn Toledo Dumdum, the officers of District 386 for Inner Wheel Year 2020-2021 will now be inducted into office by National President Pamela de Guzman.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I,
Evelyn Toledo Dumdum,
having been duly elected as, state your position,
having been duly elected as District Chairman
of the Inner Wheel Clubs of the Philippines Incorporated, District 386,
of the Inner Wheel Clubs of the Philippines Incorporated, District 386,
do hereby solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties and obligations of my position,
the duties and obligations of my position,
to uphold and defend the Constitution and bylaws
uphold and defend the Constitution and bylaws
of the Inner Wheel Clubs of the Philippines Incorporated
of the Inner Wheel Clubs of the Philippines Incorporated,
and those of International Inner Wheel,
and those of International Inner Wheel,
and to help advance the objects of Inner Wheel,
and to help advance the objects of Inner Wheel,
ever keeping in mind
ever keeping in mind
the International Inner Wheel theme for Inner Wheel Year 2020-2021. Lead the change.
the International Inner Wheel theme for 2020-2021, Lead the Change,
and put into practice
and putting into practice
the Inner Wheel Creed,
the Inner Wheel motto,
selflessness
in
in
friendship
service to humanity,
and service to humanity,
without mental reservation
without mental
or
reservation
purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
Joanne V. Rivera,
having been duly elected as, state your position,
having been duly elected as District Secretary
of the Inner Wheel Clubs of the Philippines
of the Inner
Incorporated,
Wheel Clubs of the Philippines
District
Incorporated,
386,
District 386,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
the duties and obligations of my
the
position,
duties and obligation of my
to
position,
uphold and defend
to uphold and
the
defend
Constitution and bylaws
the Constitution and bylaws
of the Inner Wheel Clubs of the Philippines
of the Inner Wheel Club
Incorporated,
of the Philippines
and
Incorporated,
those of International Inner Wheel,
and those of the International Inner Wheel,
and to help advance the objects of Inner Wheel,
and to help advance the objects of Inner Wheel,
ever keeping in mind
ever keeping in
the
mind
International Inner Wheel theme
the International Inner Wheel theme
for Inner Wheel Year 2020-2021.
for the Inner Wheel Year 2020-2021.
Lead the change
Lead the change
and put into practice
and putting into
the Inner Wheel
practice
Creed,
the Inner Wheel Creed,
selflessness in friendship
selflessness in friendship
and service to humanity,
and service to humanity,
without mental reservation
without mental
or
reservation
purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, National President Pamela de Guzman. And now, let us witness the turnover of the symbols of authority, the medal, the bell and gavel, and the banner from the immediate past District Chairman Rita Malagar to District Chairman Evelyn Toledo Dumdum.
Accept this district chairman's medal, which symbolizes the position you're about to assume.
I accept this district chairman's medal and pledge to perform the duties and responsibilities of the position I was elected to the best of my ability.
As I relinquish my position as district chairman, I am turning over this bell and gavel, which is a symbol of authority to you. Use this to instill order and decorum during district meetings and other important events of the district.
I accept this bell and gavel with humility and will exercise the authority vested upon me with wisdom and prudence.
Receive this district banner, which represents the district, and carry this with honor and dignity during official functions and events of the district.
I accept this banner and I shall display it with pride during official events of the district and during events of the Inner World Clubs of the Philippines Incorporated.
As we witness the turnover, we appreciate the significance of the symbols that embody and strengthen the practices and traditions of Inner Wheel. Thank you, immediate past District Chairman Rita Malagar and District Chairman Evelyn Dumdum for that meaningful exchange. And now, we proudly present to you our newly inducted District Chairman. And who better to introduce her than someone who is literally and figuratively close to her? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome International Service Officer of the Inner Wheel Club of Cebu New Generation, Mary Elizabeth Toledo Dumdum.
Oddly enough, I started to be involved in Inner Wheel at a very tender age of 1 day old. You see, the lady whom I'm going to introduce gave birth to me way back in 1992, told me years later that her first visitor at the hospital, barely a day after giving birth, was the district chairman of District 386 at that time. The DC wanted to find out if everything went well since she learned that it was a difficult pregnancy. My mom was so touched by the gesture of the DC because they really did not know each other well, except that my mom was recently elected president of her club, the Inner Wheel Club of Cebu Central. That must have made a big impression on her because selflessness and friendship has become a core value for her and which she has ingrained in me and her sisters and in all those she comes in contact with. Integrity, responsible volunteerism, dedication and commitment, compassion and relevance, these are not just big words for her. She tries hard to live up to these not only by words but also by deeds. She leads by example, and maybe that's the reason why she was able to convince all her 3 sisters, 3 nieces, her daughter, all of their friends, as well as several of her own colleagues and friends to join Inner Wheel. During this time, she wielded considerable influence both in the private sector and in local governance because of the nature of her work in a World Bank-assisted project in Central Visayas. And she put this influence to good stead by encouraging the ideals of personal service among her staff and colleagues and by undertaking projects for the community, especially for the youth, women, and the elderly. After serving in various capacities in District 386 as District Secretary, Vice District Chair, and as chairman of several standing committees, my mom was elected chairman of District 386. As a baby and as a child, she would bring me to her club meetings, district meetings, and other fellowship activities. I can still vividly recall going with her and with other Inner-Wheel ladies to serve the identified communities through their various projects such as Tubig sa Barangay, Butika sa Barakuran, Operation Karunungan, medical and dental missions, and clean and green projects, and among others, sometimes in tandem with their Rotarian spouses. And in all of these, they had loads of fun. As I speak impartially, Inner-Wheel ladies sure know how to have fun and enjoy. I can still hear the ringing laughter and the boisterous stories shared along the way. However, a call to great service for our country through the judiciary made her leave her comfort zone and her commitments to Inner-Wheel, and she and her family moved to Manila, Makati to be exact. During this time, she honed her skills in development partnership and resource mobilization, finding outlets by improving systems and procedures, establishing linkages and networks, all in the name of efficiency and effectiveness. Missing the dynamic organization of committed women, this lady sought solace by actively serving in her parish church whenever she can. Her stint at the Supreme Court as Judicial Reform Program Administrator was cut short when the United Nations Development Program invited her to join an international team of experts to help set up the Access to Justice program in Timor-Leste. While being there, the Asian Development Bank offered to engage her as Justice Sector Coordination Specialist, and for almost 10 years, she continued her advocacy to help improve and delivery of the justice system in her country. She and her family returned to Cebu City in 2017, and she did not waste time in seeking and joining back the revived District 386. She also contributed to the revival of her own club, the IWC of Cebu Central, by asking the former members to be active again. While my mom continues to commute to Metro Manila, temporarily suspended due to COVID-19, to fulfill her obligations as president of the Foundation for Liberty and Prosperity, as board director of the San Miguel Corporation Global Power, and as board director of the Conflict Resolution Group, she did not shirk from her responsibility again as district chairman of District 386 for Inner-Wheel year 2020-2021. Happily hopeful with absolute conviction that as women of action, they'll work together to make a difference and improve lives. The task of introducing this lady is a great privilege. To be honest, with her impressive background, it still is not an easy one. Nevertheless, I feel elated to introduce her to everyone today. After all, she's a living inspiration to the young ones, and the young ones, especially me. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in virtually welcoming District Chairman Evelyn Toledo Dumdum.
International Inner-Wheel President Bina Villas, International Inner-Wheel Board Director Zenaida Farcon, National President Maria Pamela de Guzman, Immediate Past President Amelia Harin, the National Board of Trustees for Inner-Wheel year 2020 to 2021, IWCPI Foundation President Maria Lourdes Carpio, Immediate Past IWCPI Foundation President Jovita De Jesus, IWCPI Past National President Stella Bernabe, IWCPI Past National President Silva Paderanga, Rotary International District 3860 Governor for Rotary Year 2020-2021 Rudel Rizel Reyes, all outgoing and incoming club presidents of District 386, all club members of District 386, and the new members of District 386. Mayong hapon kanatong tanan. As I stand here before you, albeit virtually, I am deeply honored to be given a second opportunity to serve as district chairman. It was in Inner-Wheel year 1998 to 1999 when I first served as district chairman, and yet the incredible feeling of being among empowered and empowering women remains. We are not only empowered because we are leaders, but we are also empowered because we empower others out of our genuine concern for the communities that we serve. The famous Walt Disney said, "Anyone can dream, design, and create the most wonderful place in the world, but it takes people to make that dream a reality." As I recall the genesis of District 386 and recognize the people, the ladies who are responsible for the revival of District 386, I am buoyed with much spirit of hope and confidence. I view today's induction as another engaging occasion to celebrate the value of time, the success of perseverance, the dignity of simplicity, the wisdom of community, the virtue of patience, and most of all, the power of kindness. During our national induction last July 2020, International Inner Wheel President Bina Villas spoke about the changes that have taken place and continue to take place in our needs, in humanitarian problems, in technology and infrastructure requirements, and the need for us, Inner Wheel members, to keep pace with the times, to adapt in order for us to be relevant and true to our vision and mission of service to humanity. These statements are challenging, to say the least, because this means changing our own ways of thinking, our attitude, our working and interpersonal relationships, in communicating to others, in publishing our brand of Inner Wheel, in our approaches to membership, growth and development, and in our partnership and linkages with other civil society groups and NGOs and multilateral funding institutions. It means we should not be swept along by our own self-interests and our loyalty to our neighbors and friends, but by a sense of higher purpose, a sense of community and national identity. And beyond it all, by a call to identity for the good of all, wherever they may be and whoever they may be. And while President Bina's call to action is challenging, it is at the same time motivating and inspiring because of her belief and trust in ourselves. The advancement in technology and communication, especially during these uncertain and unprecedented times of COVID-19, coupled with the enthusiasm of the Inner Wheel clubs, has indeed created a network of like-minded people. The established bond of friendship that extends across the globe, who communicate instantly, are bound by ideals of service to humanity. Keeping this stride in mind, our efforts are destined to succeed because of the intensive and extensive support of both our esteemed IIW President Bina Villas and National President Pamela de Guzman. To both, we render our highest regard and respect as we execute the IIW, IWCPI, and district goals and targets for Inner Wheel Year 2020-2021. The component clubs of District 386 have initiated and will continue to initiate relevant and impactful projects in response to the needs of the various communities that we serve. I am especially very appreciative of the projects that we have initiated for the alleviation of hunger, for literacy, for youth development, for gender and development, and in response to this pandemic in partnership with the Cebu COVID-19 Citizens Initiatives for the observance of prescribed health and social protocols. We do all this and more, not only because we want to be agents of change, but we do so because we are capable to lead such change. We are women leaders in our communities, and we have the power to be leaders of change, and we should responsibly use that power. At one point in life, we realize that we have so many resources at our fingertips, and Inner Will gives us an opportunity to share these resources with others, gives us the platform to project our talents and utilize our skills to serve the marginalized and raise their voices. In return, we stabilize and bring dignity to our clubs by committing ourselves to provide for the vulnerable groups in our society and forge key decisions for the future of the women and girls, consistent with the United Nations Development Goal 5, which is to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. The United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs Sustainability Development Report mentioned that COVID-19 has posed more challenges to meet this goal. Before COVID-19, despite improvements, full gender equality remains unreached. With COVID-19, lockdowns are increasing the risk of violence against women and girls, with cases of domestic violence increasing by 30%. Additionally, while all the Sustainable Development Goals are critical to youth development, the United Nations has a lot of expectations from us to cooperate and help in implementing programs that address gender equality, good health, reducing inequality, combating poverty and hunger, and action on environmental issues and climate change, which puts special emphasis on youth, women, and senior citizens. Although the targets are definitely daunting, I am privileged to have the enabling dedication and support of the IWCPI National Board of Trustees, led by National President Pamela de Guzman, District 386 Executive Officers and Club Officers, who I know will continue to passionately collaborate in order for us to achieve our aspirations and goals. There is an old saying, do not pray for tasks equal to your powers. Pray for powers equal to your tasks. At the end of this Inner Will year, it is my dream and prayer that we will have transformed these possibilities and opportunities into stories of success and triumph. Let District 386 once again become a movement that leads the change, creating our own waves of change and influence others to make the change. And that start right now. Let me end my address with one of Mahatma Gandhi's famous statement. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your need. I feel your feelings. Let us work together for unity and love.
Thank you, District Chairman Evelyn Toledo Dumdum. The clubs of District 386 stand united behind your dynamic leadership. As a respite, we will once again be enthralled by the San Diego Dance Company. This time, they will give us a sneak preview of the celebration of the forthcoming 500th anniversary of the Christianization of the Philippines, with Cebu being the cradle of Christianization in the Far East. Ladies and gentlemen, the San Diego Dance Company. Such a fabulous performance. Thank you, San Diego Dance Company. Now, we move along with the induction of club officers. To present the clubs of District 386, District Secretary Joanne Rivera.
Under the recent IWC PI zoning, District 386 covers the entire Visayas, Eastern, Western, and Central Visayas. Presently, however, the 5 component clubs are all located in Cebu City in the province of Cebu. I will now call these clubs on a first-in basis. First, we have the Inner Wheel Club of Cebu, which is the mother club.
For this Inner Wheel year 2020 to 2021, its club officers are as follows. President, Carmela G. Malagar. Vice President, Natividad Gonzaga. Secretary, Maricel M. Ke. Treasurer, Cristina M. Ngo. Extension Organizer, past District Chairman, Norma S. Borromeo. International Service Organizer, past District Chairman Cecilia B. Chongbian, and Editor Caroline M. Quezonbing. May I call our District Chairman Evelyn Toledo Dumdum to induct the club officers.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, please state your name,
Maria Cecilia Ke,
having been duly elected
as Club Treasurer
of the Inner Wheel Clubs of the Philippines Incorporated, District 386,
of the Inner Wheel Club of Cebu Mother Club, District 386,
do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will